We're in the far back corner of our property today. In fact, this tree that fell over the winter is basically the corner of the property. Rex is over here going to get some firewood. Let's get started.
Hey, I really would appreciate it if you'd like the video and subscribe to our channel. Make sure you're still subscribed if you subscribed in the past. A lot of people have reported that they are no longer subscribed for some reason. They didn't know it.
Got a new rock bucket here from Artillian. Notice the Artillian clamps, the Artillian grapples on top. I think it's going to be just the ticket for today. This tree, I had no idea there was any problem with it. We don't spend a lot of time back here. And then it fell this spring. Once we got to looking, it had holes all in it. It was not in good shape at all. Now this big pile of dirt is here because of the rocks. So they've taken rocks out of this field and mainly got them piled in here, but they've got some dirt mixed in with them naturally because they didn't have a nice rock bucket.
If you're relatively new to our channel, or if it's been a while, I want to make sure you know that that is my neighbor Rex there on the saw. Rex lives across the street, and he's getting some of this wood for his son Cameron. This is oak. I'm not sure exactly which variety of oak, but it's good solid wood, at least up in this section. Down closer to the trunk, it's got a huge hole in it.
Double grapple. Hard to reach spot, but I was able to get two totally different logs. Got some woven wire in here I'd love to get out. Man, I wish we'd have had that when I was a kid. Tom and I had to pull that out ourselves by hand. I like how this functions. I think it could work as a regular grapple. And then by being able to drop the stuff out of it, it's better than, say, just grapples on a bucket. I like it. I don't know if I can describe this, but if the bottom of the grapple is too, if it catches too much stuff, I can turn it downward and let the stuff fall out that way. So it kind of gives me two different sizes to filter things through. If I want to filter it through the 2-inch, I can use that. If I want to filter it through 8-inch or whatever, I can just tilt it downward and let everything fall out. An old trash pile in here. Great place to get a flat tire. I'm telling you, 2 clamps is where it's at. I mean, it's just a world of difference.
I'll de-limb it in here, Tim. I'll knock the little limbs off in here, then I'll cut this big one.
Let's talk about the choice of tractor size for today's project. Frankly, anything from the 1 Series to the 4 Series would have gotten the job done. Kubota BX to Grand L. And while I don't remember the exact weight of this grapple configuration that I've got here, the 1025R could handle it fine, especially with the type of loads that you typically get when you're working with wood like this. You don't get a real dense load unless, well, you're picking up a really huge log. And if it did happen to be too heavy, you could saw it up before bringing it out.
Whoa!
I was dragging these big pieces out so we could saw them up out here where it was, well, just was easier. I think the 1 Series probably would be one of the best choices because it was so nimble and could handle those tight spaces in there. And I think a cab tractor would have been difficult. It would have been hard to keep from scratching it up.
He's going to stack it in there.
So probably open station 1, 2, 3 Series. BX might not have quite enough capacity, but a B or LX or standard L would be well suited.
Tell him to watch for that camera.
Yeah. He sees it.
Rex is an incredibly hard worker. He's the kind of guy, even at his age, that you want to pay by the hour. We saw this limb directly onto the trailer. That saved us some time, but since the tractor's sitting there holding it instead of pulling the next one out, Rex was too impatient for that. If I was working by myself, I think that's how I would do it. Drag them all over right on top of the trailer and just block them up right there. Cameron doesn't heat his house with wood, but he does use this to heat his shop. It's a good way to handle it. He doesn't have the burden of making sure he has wood all the time like those that depend on it for their home, but he's still able to save some money. And we have several trees that fall every year, so we usually have a variety for him to work with. Watch it rake up these small limbs.
November what? I mean, this is amazing.
I know.
New toy / tool. While Christy's got Johnny.
That big tree trunk that's still standing on the right side of the screen is the bottom of this tree.
Hard for me to get used to the loader. It's just different.
I intend to leave it since it's kind of the corner of the property.
The controls are different here, so it's hard for me to get used to it. That's max height right there. Didn't have any issue lifting it. This is the first time I've had a loader for this one, Rex.
Is it? That's nice. But it is a handy little machine for a lot of different things.
Pretty good for planting seed, isn't it?
It's the best I've ever used, and I've planted a lot of seed.
And replanted some,
Yes.
but not with this thing.
No.
Oh, there's one. I don't know if I can get to it or not. Let me get Johnny in here and tear up more stuff here in a minute. There's a big log in there that's still good, I think.
Okay, let me get over there.
I don't know if you can get it out or not.
Grapple it? Oh, pick it up?
Yeah, I can grapple it with something.
Okay.
That's max height. Look at that. Just what I wanted. Bring the camera. I think it's just come off the rim. I don't think I've got any real damage to it. I think it's just come off the rim.
Yeah, I think he's turning short enough and the weight popped the bead. I don't think it's really hurt. It's just got to hair it back up. I've got a 3/4 inch air.
Oh my goodness, I needed to know that.
Yeah, I've only got 1 or 2 sockets for it, but
I got some 3/4 drive sockets. They're not impact sockets, but
yeah,
they would work in a pinch.
yeah. You want to take that to the house, or what are you thinking?
That's the only choice I got, I think.
Okay. I don't think it's got that much in it.
I don't think it does either.
But your theory is if it did, it wouldn't seal back up.
Possibly. He stopped as soon as it happened. It wasn't like he ground in it. Okay. It just popped in. Heard it pop in after you pulled off.
I imagine this one just got a little low and couldn't handle that stress.
Well, yeah, I think you
I
cut
had
it
it on
so
some
sharp.
good.
You had a lot of weight on it.
Well, a lot of stress. I really
Yeah,
did. I was
You did.
trying to pull that thing.
Yep. Was you turned all the way that you could? Yeah.
Yeah.
Putting a lot of pressure on that one tire because of the uneven ground.
You know how it goes.
Yeah.
I'm going to push it as hard as I can.
Yeah. That way. There you go. Get in there, baby.
You seem to be starting yours really quickly. And
That one wasn't so quick.
this one here didn't start hardly at all. I'm nervous that it's even. There she goes. It's nice to have a loader. You don't even have to jack it up.
Yeah.
Well, I think what was going on was I had a hold of this log here, and I only had the end of it, right? So I was trying to turn really hard and pull it that way and twist it. And I think I was turning and trying to pull this way, but the log was trying to keep me from doing that turn, right? So I was putting stress on that tire. And who knows, it may have been a little low, I don't know. I didn't check them this morning or anything. And it popped off the rim. It's no big deal, just stop and fix it, right? Don't run the thing on the rim, you could tear up the rim, but all we had to do was take it back and pump it up with air. It wasn't even hard to get back on the rim, so no damage at all. I'm gonna start right where I left off. Hit them again, harder, harder.
This tree is still partially attached, so that's what I'm dealing with here. And I'm being a little bit lazy like normal and seeing if I can get it out of there without getting in there with a saw.
I thought I could pull it out of there so that I didn't have to get the saw man involved, but I may not be able to. I don't really want to put too much stress on that grapple. See if I can twist it around here.
And some of this is just experimenting with my new bucket. How easy is it to grab this log from different angles? How easy is it to turn it?
Maybe if I try to push it. Okay. now that I see it, it's got pretty good hold in there. Can you try to pull on a little bit, Christy? Rex won't watch my videos. Now, you know what's worse is he'll watch Outdoors with the Morgans.
I have watched some of yours.
You have?
I have.
Just the ones you're in?
Yeah.
He says he likes Mike Morgan because he drives the orange stuff.
He does more what I enjoy doing, the firewood stuff,
Yeah?
out in the wood stuff. I'll tell you another thing that's got a soft spot for me. He's got that autistic son,
Yeah.
and they treat him like gold. And that's something that I enjoy working with special needs.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
Good stuff. We got a whole trailer load of wood today, Rex.
Yeah.
And it's November, it's like mid-November. Next week is Thanksgiving. Obviously it's beyond Thanksgiving by the time you're seeing this, but we're both in short sleeves and we haven't worked that hard.
No. No.
This Artillian Rock Bucket and Grapple is good for the firewood.
They're the berries. I really like those.
Yeah.
You can smooth out and get rid of rocks and sticks, and like that right there looks sweet, you know.
Yeah,
Or a
clean.
regular bucket, you can't do that.
Yeah, and even a regular Grapple doesn't
Right.
clean up as good as
Right.
this one. And this might work for some folks for their all-purpose Grapple.
Yep.
Hope you guys have enjoyed it. I'm thrilled to have that big tree out of there.
Yep.
As soon as we get the camera off, you're going to start in on the big trunk that's sticking up there, right?
No.
Well, okay. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time on Tractor Time with Tim.
Without wood, a fire goes out. Without a gossip, a quarrel dies down. As charcoal to embers and as wood to fire, so is a quarrelsome person for kindling strife.